Good morning, everyone. We'll start in just a moment. Hey, everybody. Hi, Andrew. What was that children's show? Was that, who was that guy? He would say hello to kids out in TV land. If he said your name, it was like, oh my God.
Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo, who said that?
Julie.
All right. Oh, I love him. Let's just
Did you
take a
you
moment.
remember Casey Jones and Roundhouse Rodney?
Yes,
Yep.
those were the days, right?
Yes. Yep. Okay, I'll mute myself now.
No, we'll keep going, Julie. All right. Julie will do the Dharma talk today. Actually, yeah, so our topic is friendliness and care and kindness. So, where as it comes from so many directions and is really a kind of righteous force. That's a strong word, but we can transform things with that. So, let's see. Let's chant, okay? Um, the formation of this class is still sort of arrived. I mean, um, I think we'll chant and then we'll do a little preparation on our backs. Okay, we're going to do a little more vigorous class today. And as usual, we can take rests. There'll be lots of options. So don't push. Be kind to yourself. Stable, comfortable. All right, so let's sit. And let me share screen again. And we're continuing with our chant from last week. So I think I will begin just by chanting the whole thing, and then we can chant together. Oops, let's see. Constant friend Maitri. Somehow this got erased. So if you're looking at the screen, we have two forms of the word here, mitra and maitri. Maitri appears in the Yoga Sutra. All right. Pause a moment and just begin to feel the beautiful verticality of your spine and the curvilinear verticality. Yeah. So, and whatever deviations we may have from that, let's embrace them with acceptance. I love seeing the gnarled trees that are expressing their history. So turning attention to include the gift of breath. Please listen and then repeat. Om Haram Mitraya Namaha. Together. Om Haram Mitraya Namaha. Couple more times. Om Hram Mitraya Namaha. Om Hram Mitraya Namaha. Wonderful. Okay, take a moment and come and lie on your back, please. Coming to lie on your back. So if you need to, I would say start generally with your knees bent, the soles of your feet standing on the floor. For those of us who need a folded blanket, under our neck. We take time to do that. We don't want the back of the neck shortened. So take a moment. You can the sense that there's a length in the back of the neck without excessively stretching, or by lift the chin is higher than your forehead. That would be indication you should increase the fold of your blanket. So we pause, we feel the floor underneath us, the friendliness of the floor, the constancy, so mitra is a quality of the sun, but the earth always there for us. And so when ready now, would you gather your knees towards your chest? So your feet are off the floor, your lower legs just drape. And let's place the hands over the knees. Okay, so we start with the hands contoured over your knees, fingers in the same direction as your toes, and let the weight of your arms go, and therefore the releasing of the arm weight draws the thighs and knees towards the chest. So really not pulling, generally speaking. Maybe a little bit sometimes. Okay, so let's try this. So we start here. And now, as you inhale, reach both feet to the sky and your arms overhead on the floor. Urdhva Prashrita Padasana. That's it. And then exhale, reverse that. Come back to where you started. Yeah, nice. So the inhale lengthens my spine and unfurls my limbs. Fingers extend a bit. Exhale, soften the fingers and land your hands over your knees. Sink the knees, thighs in. You know this, most of you. So just use this movement to propose a gentle opening, a gentle lengthening, a familiarization with the breath of today, as it were. Lovely. After you do this one, you could do one more if you'd like. Good. Okay, and then pause. Now, would you step the sole of your right foot down on the floor? So that means your right knee is bent, sole of your right foot's on the ground. And actually put both feet on the ground. Is that, yeah. And let's just bring the arms just out to the side. We're not going to move the arms particularly now. Okay, arms to the side, about shoulder height, both feet on the floor. Now, you're going to start gesturing with your left leg. Upon the beginning of your next inhalation, you're going to slide the heel, the foot of the left leg down along the floor. So inhale, lengthen the leg. Now, exhale, draw on your belly and lift the left leg up so the foot goes towards the sky, kind of back to where it just was, yeah? Now we reverse. Inhale, lower your leg, breathing into your chest. And then exhale, bend the knee and bring the sole of the foot to stand on the floor again. We'll try this again. Now the right leg. Inhaling, slide the right leg long down along the floor. Exhaling, draw in your belly, then lift your leg so the foot goes towards the sky. Happy stretch in the leg. Then inhale, reverse that. Lower your leg so it's straight, lower back to the floor. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the sole of the foot back to standing. Okay? So let's try this again to really connect to our lower body support. Go at your own pace, or you can follow me. Inhale, one leg lengthens along the floor. Exhale, draw in the belly first, and then the leg lifts. Feel the strength in your low abdomen. Inhale, expand the chest. Keep the belly in a bit. Lower the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Return the sole of the foot to the floor. And then again, on the other side. Lengthening. Okay. So let's say if you need to do one more side to be even, that's fine. But when you finish this or the next side, pause a moment, And then bring your knees to your chest. And let's just do 2 or 3 Apanasana. Okay, so again, hands start over the knees, knees to chest. Keeping the hands on the knees now. As you inhale, knees move away, arms are passively lengthened. Exhale, elbows bend, almost like they're dripping into the ground. Eyes relax with the shoulders. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, knees towards. 2 or 3 times. Very good. Very good. Okay. And then when you complete that, you can roll to your side like you have all the time in the world. And let's come to our hands and knees. Coming to hands and knees. And actually, why don't we do this, friends? Start with in Vajrasana forward bend, or the kneeling forward bend. So ease your pelvis towards your heels. Let the head bow. If it's available without strain, let the head rest into the floor. Maybe it's just bowing. Okay, so now inhaling, coming gradually to all fours, letting the sternum lift. Not so much an arch in the lower back. That'll happen. You don't have to increase it. Exhale, reverse, pelvis towards heels, bowing the head. Okay, so most of you also know this, but do it like you kind of don't know it. Inhale, come to all fours, chest is lifted. Exhale, kneeling forward, bend. The head is bowing throughout the exhale. It's like a slow, continuous bow throughout the exhale. Good. So like this again. Good. So now after you finish exhale, we'll build on this. So, and if the next variation feels too demanding, then do what we just did. Okay. Take care of yourself. So from the kneeling forward bend now, you're going to inhale, and as you come forward with the chest, you're going to reach one leg long and lift it off the ground, aiming to keep the pelvis level. Yeah. Then exhale, return the foot to the floor, bend the knee, and come back to kneeling forward bend. Lovely. So inhaling, then the other leg lengthens. So the head and the heel move away and the foot arcs back and up. Exhale, reverse that motion. Yeah. Now as you inhale, imagine a ball of light expanding on the inhale. The air comes in and amplifies the expansion of the ball of light. Beautiful. Exhale. So continue like this, resting if you need to. Back of my head and the heel, I feel a connection between the back of the head and the heel, kind of arcing away from each other, bowing up a little, out and up. Yeah. Okay, very good. So now after you finish the one you're on, let's do both legs at the same time. Okay, that's one of my grown dad jokes. Okay, rest a moment, pause. You can rest in kneeling forward bend. If you feel like you want less compression in your abdomen or chest, just sit for a moment. We'll try one more variation in a moment. Okay, super. So again, this next step, if it proves to be destabilizing or disorienting or stressful, then just stay with what we just did or go back to the first version. So from kneeling forward bend, let me describe it before you do it. So from this folded place, you're going to inhale, and as you did, reach one leg back. Let's say it's your left leg, and as you come forward, you're going to reach the opposite arm. In this case, it would be the right arm. Opposite arm and leg reach. Then exhale, as you put the hand back down, the knee folds in, and you come back to kneeling forward bend. Okay, so let me go ahead at your own pace if you know what I'm talking about, or I'll walk you through this. Inhale, I'm going to start to come up to all fours, but I release one leg back and the opposite arm up overhead, maybe a little open to the sides of the shoulder. That's it. And exhale, return the hand and the knee and sit back. If the breath becomes a little breathless or fast, then rest a moment in the forward bend. You're going to alternate sides. If there's a little bit of wobbling, that's fine. Just let it be okay. Aiming to let the breath keep its proper place of guidance. Yes. Good. Let's say you do one more after this one. Take your time. Okay, then after you finish the one you're on, let's lift now both legs and both arms and stay for a couple breaths. Val, could you demonstrate this? Just kidding. Okay. Rest a moment, either in folded, kneeling forward bend, or sit if you want the chest to be and abdomen to be uncompressed for a moment. What do you notice? What are the sensations that are rising in these movements? And in this pause, let's just take a moment to recall a time when you've received a kindness from another person. Something as simple as a smile, could be from a stranger, a kind gesture or words or actions of encouragement or support. See what may come to mind or heart, recalling a time. And noticing the feeling that arises now or from before. Okay. And now we let that be and we come to standing. Okay, so now we're gonna, let's do the arms first that we're gonna do in Warrior. We'll just do the arms first, okay? So we have, starting with the right hand over the center of the chest and then the left hand over that. Okay, so your hands are on the heart, and you can just see how, high or low, just wherever you land is fine. We're gonna do a low angle and a medium and a high. So let's try this. As you inhale, extend your arms at like a low angle and a little bit behind you. Feel a stretch in your chest. Exhale, draw on the abdomen, return your hands to your heart. Okay, now at about shoulder height. Inhale, the arms open side and maybe a little behind you. Be careful of your low back. Exhale, drawing the low belly navel to keep that low back strong and long. Now inhale at a higher angle. And then exhale, active exhale technique brings you back to the heart. Okay, so let's say we know that now. Release your arms. And from here, you're going to turn out your right foot about 30, 45 degrees, left foot forward. We come into a staggered stance, readying for Virabhadrasana. Okay, hands at the heart. Okay, so now, as you inhale and bend the front knee, open your arms at that low angle behind you so you feel an opening that feels good in your pectoral area and chest. Exhale, come back to the chest, straightening the leg. Now at shoulder height, inhale, opening. Chest yearns forward a little bit. Ah. Good. Exhale. Belly goes towards back. And now at your timing, inhale a higher angle. Ah, good. Exhale, guide you back, hands to the heart. Good. Release your arms, step back, pause. Excellent. Super. Should we try the other side? Turn out now your, um, I'm reversing this for direction, so I'm getting a little confused. Left. So probably turn left, bring right foot, whichever foot wasn't forward. Hands at the heart. So take a moment, again, feel the contact of the soles of your feet with the floor. Attitude of kindness, proposing the movement. And the inhale comes, let it swell into the chest and expand out through the arms opening low and back a little. Fingers reaching softly. Exhale, clear, drawing into the belly, supple and continuous back to the heart. And then inhale, open to the side. Arms could be long or bent. Exhale, returning to the heart. Good. And then to a higher angle, inhale, opening knee, urine the chest forward a little bit. Super. Exhale. When it comes, brings you back to the heart. Okay, when you finish that, release your arms, step back, pause, notice. Okay, friends, so let's do a little forward bend. So we let the arms drape now and let gravity organize our body like weeping willow branches in a sense. And now as you inhale, lift the arms from the front, palms forward to that comfortable open angle. Exhale, draw in the belly, and we bend forward into standing forward bend, long spine until the end, release. Nice. And then when you inhale, reverse that. Lift the arms first, long spine, rise. And exhale the arms down. Okay, lovely. Let's try this again a couple times. Feel the chest, ball of light expands on inhalation. Exhale, this continuous flow of the abdomen in to support and lengthen. Wonderful. Inhale, extend through your supple fingers and your arms and your spine, and the back of the head. Exhale, settle. And you're going to, of course, go at your own time. One more time like that. Yes. Super, good. Okay, friends, so the next time you stand, exhale the arms down. And we'll add one thread to this tapestry. So I propose now in the privacy of your own home, I don't know who may be there with you or not, but if you'd like now, doing this same movement while you chant the Bija mantra, Hram, doing that strong H and Ha-ra, Hram, as you bend forward, okay? So let's try this once together and then we'll repeat in your own timing. Inhale, the arms rise. Chant as you bend forward. Hram. Inhale, rise. And you could bend forward again and chant or lower your arms. Ram. Continue like this again. That's it. Super. Good. After this one, pause. Good. For a moment, let go of any particular breath intention and just receive, be. And okay, Very good. Let's come to hands and knees. We'll extend our vinyasa, our special, unique placement. Vinyasa, special, unique placement, in this case of asana. So let's start again in the kneeling forward bend. So ease your pelvis back, elbows settle, head bowing. Now, so we'll be moving towards downward dog. The tendency is to give short, what is that phrase? Short shift to the movement before downward dog. So let's give it its due. So ujjayi, inhalation, come up to all fours, the chest yearns forward a bit. Now exhale, drawing the belly downward facing dog. Good. And that's reverse. Inhale, knees to the floor. When the knees land, chest yearns forward a bit. Exhale, settling back to where you started. Okay, good. Let's try that again. Go at your own pace. Going 2 downward dog, stay a breath. Go at your own pace. That's it. Okay. Take your time. When you complete this cycle through, pause a moment. And I'm going to give you a couple more options to add to this. Again, if they're stressful in any way or disturbing to the breath, most importantly, then we can stay with a shorter, simpler version like we just did. Okay, so from the kneeling forward bend, what I propose now is that you first lift your arms and stand on your knees. So inhale, raise your arms, stand on your knees. Feel the opening of the front of your hips. And exhale, reverse, bend forward again. If you need to, bend the arms on the way down to support your back. That's the beginning. Now we do what we did. Inhale, come gradually to all fours. Chest yearns forward, toes under. Exhale, I feel my belly flowing in into downward dog. I stay there and I breathe into that ball of light in my chest. I feel the chest expand, the back of the neck lengthen. My spine is long. I stay, I reaffirm the flowing in of the area below the navel and the navel itself. Now, inhale, coming into plank posture. Inhale, reach the heels back, shoulders over the wrists. Crown of the head forward. Exhale, back into downward dog. Now, if appropriate, can we repeat that part of the vinyasa? Inhaling, come into plank. Crown of the head forward, heels back. That head-heel connection. Exhale, center of the body flows in and it flies back and up. Now stay one more breath, downward facing dog. Actions of inhalation, expanding. Actions of exhalation, drawing in. And then on an inhale, you'll lower the knees to the floor and exhale to kneeling forward bend. So be in your own timing. And then we do that first movement again. Inhale, raise the arms standing on the knees. Now exhale, bend forward or sit on your heels to finish. Good. Okay, wonderful. Now, when you complete that, take a moment, friends, and please sit. Sit comfortably, and we'll revisit just for a moment. A brief check-in, yeah. And just let yourself bask for a moment in the flow of prana, of life force, energy flowing, blood and lymph, and all these incredible rivers and streams in our body. And if there's any strain or pain, we welcome that as instruction from within, guiding us. So let's try this now. So let your arms just rest wherever they land. Inhale comes into you. Now exhale, bring your hands over your eyes, a kind contact, friendly contact with the eyes. Stay one breath here. Inhaling, coming in. Exhaling, going up. When you inhale, just open your arms again to rest on your legs. Now, exhale, bring your fingers, pads of your fingers to the base of your throat, the hollow here. Soften to your own touch. Stay for inhaling and exhaling. On your inhale, just extend the arms, rest the hands on your legs. And we travel now to the heart. Exhale, bring your hands over the heart area. Receive your own touch. On an inhale, open your timing. And then exhale, bring your hands to the low abdomen, as if your hands could also touch your low back at the same time, and remain there for a breath cycle. Beautiful. Next inhale, just relax the arms wherever they go. And then one more time when you exhale, return your hands to the heart, the hridayam, and ask and receive the care of your own touch. All right, excellent. When you complete that, let's take a gradual transition and lie on your back. Okay, lying on your back. And your choice, rest with your arms, your legs bent or elongated per your comfort. Take a moment to continue to assimilate, integrate so far. A little moment of pause. Now, as you rest a moment, I'm going to do a short chant. Om Mitra Mitraya Mitraya Namaha. Very good. When ready, if your legs are extended, bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor. This posture can be done with the feet next to each other, or medium width or wide. Let's say we do a little bit of space between the feet. Let's say about the width of your sitting bones or pelvis. Okay, we'll start with that. So let the arms now rest at a low angle, so about 45 degrees away from the body, palms towards the sky. Okay? Dvipadapikam, the two-footed desk or table posture. Feel your feet, and as you inhale, you're going to lift the pelvis away from the ground. Comfortably so, and exhale, draw in the abdomen as you lower down. In this placement of the arms, please do that one more time. Inhaling, focus on the ball of light expanding in the chest. Chin bows a little bit, head rests. Exhale, activation of exhale technique in the belly, lower down. Beautiful. And Doesn't have to be a big movement to be a powerful movement. Now slide the arms to about shoulder height. Excuse me. And 2 more times here at the pace, the organic tempo of breathing. Inhale is a lifting. A little pause after inhale maybe. Exhale is a lowering. Your timing, your breath timing. Yes. Okay, now when you finish the second one, slide your arms to a higher angle if comfortable, right? So a place where the elbows and hands are on the floor, shoulders comfortable, and repeat a couple times the same movement. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, and after the second time, lower your arms to where you're just guided to bring them, and pause a moment and feel the sensation from those movements. Please bring your knees to your chest. You can do the moving in and out that we did at the beginning, or you could just settle there for a moment, cradling the legs while you feel the internal movement of breathing. Okay, friends, we're going to take a transition now and roll onto the front of the body. Some of us may take a moment to place a not too high folded blanket that would rest under the hip, the pelvis and sternum. If bones are uncomfortable or if the lower back needs support, you would open a blanket so it would span from your sternum to the pubic symphysis, right? So the low pelvis and chest are supported. And we're going to rest now, hand, forehead. Hand, and then rest your forehead on the back of the hand that's on top, so the elbows are bent to the side. Let the spine and the organs settle. And feel the tidal movement of breathing for a couple moments. And imagine a ball of light in the chest. And the inhalation, this light grows a bit and the chest expands in a pleasant way. And begin Ujjayi breathing if you have rested from that. Okay? And we're going to now, from here, slide the hands from out underneath your forehead, let your forehead rest on the floor, and bring your arms now to that low angle relative to your body. So you're lying on the front of your body and your palms will be facing the floor and your arms are about a 45-degree angle away from your body, okay? Now you're going to inhale and lift your chest, neck and head, and your arms. So the arms are stretching behind you like we did in Warrior. Exhale, draw on the belly and lower back down. And now you can add the legs just after the upper body. Inhaling, lift the chest and arms, and just after, lengthen and lift both legs without an abrupt movement. Good. Exhale, lower the legs and the arms, chest and head. Okay, now rest a moment and slide the arms out to the side at shoulder height. Again, if that's too demanding on the back, then go to the lower angle. And when the breath is ready, try that again. Inhale, lift the arms away from the ground, stretch the chest, neck is long, legs too, and then exhale, reverse that. Slight pause after inhale for those of you whose breath and body are strong enough. You've been doing this a while. Try that. Twice here. Okay. Settle and rest a moment. And then this is optional. You may stay here or slide your arms to a higher angle, palms on the floor. Doesn't have to be parallel arms. It could be for some, but maybe more of a V shape. And again, trust that the breath will carry you, and repeat this. Shalabhasana, locust. And the last one you do, option to stay a breath with the inner smile, a friendly attitude as you stay and breathe and build strength, and listen to your body and breath. Good. And then when you finish, lower down, very good, grasshoppers. Bend your elbows, hand, forehead, and let go. Just release the musculature of the body. Let the bones settle, the muscles come to rest, and feel the shower sensation coursing through your system. Enjoy that. Let yourself be nourished now by the flow of prana released in the system. That which knows everything and goes everywhere. Super. Now, when ready, slide your hands from out underneath your forehead. Bring your hands, palms down on the floor under your shoulders, almost like a kind of cobra stance. And just use that now to gently push to hands and knees. And you're going to ease your pelvis gingerly, respectfully back towards your heels, towards kneeling forward bend, sometimes called child's posture. Rest a couple of breaths here. If that's not a comfortable resting place, then rest on hands and knees. Okay, we acknowledge that sometimes some movements bring us benefit, but may carry a little bit of possible risk or negative residue. So we now do an action that hopefully will wash any of this away. Okay, so we inhale and come up to all fours. Now we don't need to arch so much here, maybe neutral spine or a slight lift. Exhale, settle back, hips towards heels, like you've been doing, okay? And do this again. Because it's a more familiar movement, you can investigate the originality of the breath in each moment more thoroughly. Okay, now a couple more times, try when you exhale, go back about 3/4, not releasing all the way. So bow the head thoroughly at the end, but release the pelvis about 3/4 of the way back, and you may be given a lengthening in a different segment of your spine. Yes. And then a couple more times you could go back even like halfway, and a little reverse, a little C curving of the spine, a little stronger maybe, drawing in the belly, bowing the head. Yeah. Relationship of the movement of pelvis and head, sacrum and back of the skull. You'll feel it, whether we know these names or not. Okay, friends, super. When you finish that, rest a moment, pause, and then we'll shift to sitting in Dandasana, the staff posture. What I'd suggest now for this part, I think, is to you don't, some of us might sit on something here, but for now, I would say don't sit on something. Just sit with your legs in front of you. Your legs are straight, or actually bent. If straightening the legs tucks the pelvis, then bend your knees up so you can tilt the pelvis to vertical. Feel that elegant, intelligent. The system knows how to find its balance if we give it a chance. Okay? So now we're going to do this in stages, and just let's open with a kind and friendly attitude to where we're at. So now sitting, you're going to bring your hands behind you on the floor. Okay, so you're not leaning you're bringing your hands behind you and placing your palms on the floor. Have your fingers point back away from you, right? So you're rotating your fingers, your arms out, and the palms are on the floor behind you, 6 to 8 inches or so. Now draw your shoulder blades towards your spine. That's it. Yes, you feel the collarbones flowing wide and drawing towards the spine, flowing down towards your tail. Feel the palms of the hands. Okay, now inhale, lift your chest and head tilts up a little bit. Exhale, come back to more neutral. Even bow the head ever so slightly while keeping your chest lifted. Okay? We try that again. Inhale, swells the chest forward and open. Throat gently opens. Exhale. That's excellent. A little this friendly squeezing of the shoulder blades together, right? So it feels delicious. One more time. Inhale comes in, expanding from the inside out. Exhale. The breath subsides. Okay, now we're going to keep one leg long and bend. Let's say we bend the left knee, and so you plant one foot on the floor. So so one leg is long, the other leg is bent, and you feel your palms on the ground. You feel the sole of that one foot on the ground. You feel the heel of that other foot on the ground, right? You connect to your breath, not to the memory of the past. And as you inhale and you lift the chest, now push into those supports and lift your pelvis away from the ground. Open up the front of the pelvis. That's it. And exhale, lower down. You may need to adjust where your foot is relative to your pelvis. Try that again on that side. Inhaling, lift the pelvis. Chest opens to the sky, exhale down. Perfect. Now, change the legs. If you need to come out of your hands for a moment, take the weight out and gently, maybe a little curling the other way. Okay, and if this is stressful, then just do the chest opening part. Leave your pelvis down. All is well, either way. So the other knee bends, sole of the foot, heel, palms. Inhale, lifts, push the ground away. Exhale, come back. Of course, and then you do this again at your own pace. Yes. Okay. Good. And now bend both knees. So both feet stand. Have your feet be about hip width apart. Yeah, and not too close to your pelvis because you need room to unfurl your body. So Chaturpada Pitam, 4-footed table. Okay? So now as you inhale, chest expands, shoulder blades together, lift and curl the tail up, open the pelvis. Exhale, come back down. It can be a partial movement, right? Think of it like the leaves are growing bigger. That it doesn't happen all at once. If appropriate, again like that. Knees cycle out over the toes. Pelvis rises to the level of the chest, perhaps eventually. Okay, now we'll do one more step or repeat one of the versions we did, a rest. Lengthen both legs. Legs together for most of us. That's it. And we'll kind of step on the gas and we do this with the feet. That's right. And if this is stressing your elbows, then you can have your hands behind you, but point the fingers forward, but still draw the shoulder blades together. Okay? Good. So now, when ready, you're going to inhale, expand the chest, and push the heels into the ground. Lift your pelvis with the legs extended. Legs are long, upward facing plank. Purvata, stretching of the west. Exhale, draw in the belly, come back down. Maybe one more time. What is your body telling you? Maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Uh-huh. Okay. So now, when you complete that, rest a moment, and let's actually cross the legs. So some options for counter pose. Yeah, pretty intense, right? What happened to Kevin last night when he was preparing this class? Right? If we go in stages, yeah, it's fine. So you could do the hands and knees. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, kneeling forward bent. But try this if you also another option. Cross the legs, just simple. And now let the arms float up on the inhale. And exhale, the arms settle down a little bit in front and bow forward a modest amount, not too much. Hands can go on the floor in front of you if you need that support. And then try that again. Inhale, float the chest and the arms float up. Good. And bend forward. Propose, we don't want to go in the opposite direction too far, too fast. Bow the head, settle. One more time like that. That's it. Remain there a breath or two here if you'd like. Breathe into the low back, the back of the neck. Okay, and then you can stay longer, just use your inner intuition. Another option now is to come out on the inhale and now extend the legs in front of you. Knees can be bent some, they don't have to be six straight. That's interesting, yeah. And let's just try this same thing here a couple times in and out. Legs can be apart a bit. Inhale, float up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, float up. If it's difficult to bend the torso forward, bend your knees up more or even slide a bolster behind your knees. Stay a breath or two this time. Good. Okay, and then when ready, let an inhale carry you out of that. Ooh. Okay, good. I think we're going to rest on our back for a moment, okay? Lie on your back when you're ready. Rest a moment, notice the sensory terrain of your body. Bask in this. Okay, now the following I would say is optional, as actually everything is, but you may be fine if, but maybe a little more balancing will be helpful for some of us, or just delightful. So an option note, we'll do some spiral or parivritti, turning, revolving, spiraling of the organs in the spine, in case there's a residue of something in the back especially. So two starting places. One would be knees bent, soles of the feet standing on the floor, arms probably shoulder height or so. Or you could start with your knees towards your chest. This will be a little stronger strength requirement and stretch. So whatever's appropriate. So feel the inhale. And when you exhale, bring your knees to one side. Head can stay center or turn away. Let's stay a breath now. I think we've been moving quite a bit. Many of you are very studied. You do the version that works for you, okay? And I'd say we return on an exhale. Let's move into and out of these twists on the exhale phase of breathing, okay? So you're going to continue like that to the other side. Stay the same number of breaths, 1 or 2 on each side. Just continue like this for a while. Or if you're not doing this counter pose, just rest and breathe. Receive the benefits. As you continue, I'm going to just chant a little bit. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Mitraya Namaha. There's lots of freedom here. So if you're continuing or moving towards completing the twist, take the time that's needed from the guidance of your breath timing. When you do finish that, you could rest in a center, kind of neutral place, where the spine is just being, just being. And then you could, before we do counterpose to twist, just rest in the center for a moment. Let things settle. Let the unfolding gifts of the revolving, twisting soak into your system. Let it become part of you. This light, this ball of light in the center of the chest, inside is a inexhaustible inner smile. Just abide in that for a moment. And now recall a time when you have extended a kindness to someone, a friendly gesture of encouragement or support. And how that affected you. Whether this person or being knew, they may have known about your kindness, or you may have done it through your intention. And then again, let that be, and return now just for a couple more cycles of breathing to be with that coming and going. Being with also what's there, whether there's inhaling or exhaling, whether there's movement of the body or stillness of the body. Be with and as that which is always there. In and as you. So when you're ready, slow, sweet transition. If the legs are extended, an intermediary place might be knees bent, soles, the feet on the floor. And then let's do a bit of knees to chest, apanasana. Exhale, abdomen flows in to gravity. Inhale, feel the chest, knees float away. You know this, and you do this a few times. Okay. Feel welcome to do one or two more if you'd like. When ready, you can roll to your side and we'll sit. And in this verticality, feeling the natural verticality of your body, and we chant together. You could listen once and then we'll try it again 2 more times. Om Hram Mitraya Namaha. Om Hram Mitraya Namaha. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Let's do 3 more times, eyes open. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. A couple of things. I love hearing from you. Share your experiences, your questions. They guide me in the way I construct these practices. You know, these practices come alive because we embody them. Okay, so we're collaborating. And then secondly, I think most people on the call are regulars. Just if there's any questions about the pay what you can system, you can go to my website, evolutionaryyoga.com, and click on classes and workshops. And and also soon these can be arranged with me directly, but if you're interested in doing private work in chanting or personal sacred sound practice, either on its own or as part of asana and pranayama, you can contact me directly. I'll also be teaching through the School of Voice in Berlin. So these things will be announced. So feel free to unmute and say hi a little bit as we leave, or if you need to carry on, I wish you all a great day. Thank you so much. And go into gallery view. I love looking at this. Oh, thank you, Mickey. Yeah.
More vigorous practice is lovely for all the sitting I'm doing. So thank you.
Yeah, so was that Marjorie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and my intention, purvatanasana, this, upward plank sometimes pretty strong, right, in the wrists and all that, but hopefully we did enough steps that people could, so it felt all right to you?
It was challenging, but it's because of my surgery partly.
Oh, right.
But it was great. It was great. So thank you.
This is Andrew. I found the four-legged table the hardest one, my shoulders. That was tough. But other than that, it was really wonderful pacing, and I love the chanting and the breathing. Thank you.
Yeah, great to see you, Andrew. Yeah, the four-footed table, and then, or with the legs bent or straight, is very interesting. Some people find one clearly easier than the other, and there's low back and hips, and so I was just trying to show options. So yeah, awesome. Thanks for your correspondences too. It's good to hear you and Stephen and all your stuff in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Kevin.
Is that Kathy? Hi, Kathy.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, the table was interesting. I actually, after having the broken arm, I actually am amazed that I was actually even able to get there.
Wow. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It was challenging, but I was able to do it. So that's.
Yeah. Well, let's see what, not to anticipate anything, but let's see later, right? And, but you know what? Guess what? I know you know this, but we heal. Sometimes healing isn't quite what we'd hope for, but sometimes, wow, I'm recovering my abilities, and so.
Well, I can actually get my arms above my head now, so all the way. When you used to say, "Put it out to the side," so it's still the process. I'm still healing. It's been over a year. But.
And I will say, this breath-centered approach, so often, and I don't want to slam PT or anything. There's a lot of great stuff, but they're thinking muscles, bones, joints, which of course, but when there's the support of the inhale and the lungs are coming up here, it really creates space and support for the musculoskeletal system.
Yeah.
Right? And I find it amazing. So
yes,
yay.
Definitely.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Awesome. Good. So what else?
Good to see you too, Patrick.
You can unmute Patrick if you want to say something.
Yeah. I'm just afraid we'll get a lot of feedback.
I don't think so. We'll find out. But that was Patrick. Awesome. Yeah. So, Mr. Wilbur, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good today. That reverse table was really, I have a lot of tightness in my shoulders. So really getting back was just like, wow,
Yeah, so, you doing that. I forgot to do in Warrior. I was going to do clasp the hands behind the back, and like you're doing as a prep. It's not the easiest thing to prep that.
Yeah.
behind the arms behind and supporting movement. But we did a lot of other stuff. But yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be invigorating.
I'm just really tight because I've had shoulder surgery on both sides, and so everything got tightened up both times, you know. So
Oh, you have. What
yeah,
what did you have, if you don't mind saying?
bike injuries.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, rotator cuff problem. So
Oh,
it really it takes a lot to get that back. That's really a intense area of the body, that whole shoulder capsule, you know. There's a lot of muscles going on in every direction, you know, holding things that you
Yeah,
can do this.
I
It's
can
amazing.
relate. I have a lot of sort of minor injuries from the years, and I usually swim 3 times a week, and I haven't swum in more than 2 months, so my shoulders are weaker. You know, I need that swimming 3 times a week to stay, you know, sturdy to deal with all the weaknesses, and it's so that was particularly challenging today.
Yeah. And you know, being a computer person, right, you're always in, right,
Yeah.
instead of out, right? And so you just have this propensity to focus in on this screen, right? And it's like, you need to open up, you know? So great
yeah.
work today.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Maybe we should just put the keyboard behind us and just type like that.
Right. Who needs to see the keys? Okay. You guys have a great day.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
again.
too, Wilbur.
Bye, Wilbur. Great to see you.
Kevin, I'm sending a check today, so just look for that in the mail.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, be well, see ya.
Andrew, in the future, we have to not let that ice on the lake stop us from swimming.
Well, I'm hoping that in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'll be able to get my toes in the actual outdoor swimming. Yeah.
Uh-huh.